East Podcast, WATP.
We'll be reviewing a show called The Padded Agent. I want to introduce you to the host, Mark. Before I do that, though, Dave, let me just read you the description of this show. On this channel, I will attempt to shine some light onto the ABDL/DL lifestyle. Are you familiar with ABDL?
No.
Brace yourself.
Adult baby diaper lovers.
Oh, good.
Yes. Help those within the community as well as help those on the outside looking in to have a better understanding of the who, what, why, where, and when of the ABDL/DL community. I would think how would be in there, but okay. You will not see me in a diaper or in little space. I believe ABDL/DL is a mindset and not all about the diaper, clothes, etc. I may do some reviews here and there. So let's start this off. I'm going to introduce us because Mark is recently talking about how there's some ABDL people who say they go 24/7, but they're just doing the weekends.
Oh.
They're not really.
They're posers.
Yeah, they're not really wearing a diaper 24/7.
So it's not a necessary thing.
Oh, no.
This
Definitely
is just for
not.
pleasure.
No, this is not like our parents.
Okay, so this is this is a child molester.
Dave's just being humble. I think he knows all about this.
I know.
Yes, I'm wearing one right now. This is the leader of my cult.
So, since we have those that wear on the weekend or for a week and they call it 24/7, I changed it to 24/365. So that's where the 365 comes from because it just makes sense. I'm sure you think it makes sense too. So
He's one of those guys who liked Metallica before the Black Album. He's like, all right, I get it. We all like the same band, but it's not the same.
He looks like Mike Birbiglia's brother that he doesn't talk about.
Yeah, you're right. So he's got that going for him.
He's also got two little anime creatures off in the back, just in case you didn't know he was a pervert.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I didn't pay a lot of attention to the background, but based on what I'm seeing here, I don't think he makes a ton of money.
No, I'm guessing he doesn't. He has a framed map that, speaking of parents, you can tell has been passed down from generation to generation. It's the most valuable thing he has. That
there's like
lamp.
There are continents that no longer exist.
Yes, it's just a Pangea map.
So in February of 2014, he decided, you know what? I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to go 24/365. And I'm going to start on my birthday, which is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And so it gives him some time to experiment and figure out how he's going to pull this off.
sometime in February of 2024, I decided on the day I would go 24/365. So I had a few months of experiment with different diapers, get my stock up so I didn't run out. You know, I those reusable cloth diapers with the plastic pants. And now I know some out there they feel that cloth diapers are the bee's knees. But for me, I'm just not a damn fan whatsoever. And a fun fact, the one and only time I ever got diaper rash was in a reusable cloth diaper with plastic pants. So the war between cloth and disposables will continue, and I will be on the disposable battlefront on that one.
It's an age-old battle.
Cloth diapers besides like cartoon babies that smoke cigars.
Well, it's one thing in the ABDL community because we've studied these people before.
Okay.
Not this guy, but
no,
they typically only number one in their diapers. Remember, this guy's 24/365.
Okay, that's true.
So that takes the cloth right out of the mix for me. I'm like, yeah. We're not.
Yeah, that's a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Go to the laundromat with this shit.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get the rash if you're constantly walking around in a leaking diaper that hasn't been used since the 30s.
All right.
I like the jazz music bed. It makes it just slightly more acceptable.
It's classy.
Right?
For sure.
It does. It definitely does class the place up a bit.
So if he's doing it 24 hours a day, that means that he's going to bed in diapers.
I also had to figure out how I was going to sleep in a diaper. I mean, I only sleep about 4 hours a day anyways because I have insomnia, I have restless leg syndrome. But the diaper tested my limit with sleep. And I had many sleepless nights.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you get older, I would think that's the only time you'd want to wear a diaper. Yeah. Is before you go to bed. He's going, yeah, it sucks when you're in bed with this thing. Like, really? I don't have to get up at 4 a.m.? That actually sounds amazing.
Secret to my success.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's really the only time. Yeah, that really would be enjoyable. Also, I love these, like, I have sleepless nights and restless legs syndrome. It's like, that's not your biggest problem.
Yeah, right. You also have ABDL.
Yes, exactly.
You've been diagnosed with ABDL.
Yeah, you're not sleeping because your family hates you, and I assume you get in a lot of arguments about your lifestyle.
Oh, I don't think he has any friends. We'll get into that. There's some hints at that, but let's start talking about. So he starts experimenting wearing diapers to work. I don't know what he does for a living, but he's wearing diapers. Or did, for that matter, yes.
I wore to work a few times during this phase to see how that was going to feel. So many things to figure out before that golden day.
Dave, you ever work with someone who wore diapers to work?
Not that I knew of. Definitely not for pleasure.
How would you like to be in the HR department in that company? Just be like, hey, Mark, can you get in here? So anyway, here at Constello Partners, we pride ourselves on providing clean and efficient laboratories for all of our employees. You feel free to use them at any time.
Yeah. It's just you keep shitting your pants and walking around in it. And
that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
You're waiting for someone to change you on that table.
Yeah, perhaps you've noticed.
He keeps breaking the table.
Yes, our koala table has been replaced 16 times. They will no longer bring us them.
No, Dave, I know what you're thinking. Here we have inflation rates that are through the roof.
Sure.
How can you afford to wear diapers every single day?
You'd have to.
I was on a paycheck to paycheck back then. Now, mind you, I wasn't one of those T-bone lifestyle on a ramen noodle budget
You're not
kind of guy,
Rockefeller either.
but I still had to make some sacrifices to be able to afford my diaper supplies. Taking my own coffee to work and not stopping off at my local coffee shop to spend $8 on a damn cup of coffee 5 days a week. Bring my lunch so I didn't have to go out to eat lunch. Yes, I did eat ramen noodles a few times a week back then, but I was committed.
It's a
Perhaps
sacrifice.
the
It's well worth
coffee
it.
isn't the best bowel move to start your day.
Right, you might want to switch off coffee altogether.
Yeah, might help you just right there save a couple bucks on diapers.
Hey, Mark, I noticed you're not bringing Starbucks in anymore. You wearing diapers now? What's going on?
Yeah.
What are you saving money for?
It's a telltale sign.
I've seen this before. My brother got into diapers and stopped drinking Starbucks.
Yeah, I could help but notice you wanted to save some money on Starbucks. I mean, clearly. Also, your entire office doesn't smell of feces. So
He's just
Are you
spraying
wearing-
Febreze in your face as you're talking to him.
yeah, there's not. Yeah. I noticed there's not a clothesline in here anymore with cloth diapers hanging from it anymore that are freshly washed. Are you doing better?
Now, the other thing that he talks about is you never want to run out. Because if you're wearing diapers every day and he's wearing between 3 and 5 diapers every single day,
Oh, wow.
running out would, you have to wear, like, I guess you have to go through the dumpster diving and grab used ones, I guess. I don't know how that would work.
I started to build my supplies. I figured average 3 diapers per day. That's about 90 per month. And I wanted to have about a month or 2 of diapers on hand at all times. So that, it's a commitment. It's definitely a commitment. And, nothing's worse than running out of diapers and not having any to wear. Nothing's worth it. They're going, oh my God, I've only got like 5 left and my order's not coming in for another, 4 days, so I'll make sure I had enough backed up so that I could withstand weather the out of stock issues that the ABDL diaper companies tend to have on a regular basis these days.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I lose my streak, like even in Wordle, I get very upset. Rower this week fucking threw me off. I was very pissed about that.
Don't get me started on rower.
Yeah. So I understand what he's talking about. It's like, God damn it, I've been wearing diapers for 3.5 years straight, and now I'm out of fucking diapers. Starting all over again.
Yeah, you really don't want to ruin your hobby. You really want to be a master of your domain.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Well, I used a toilet yesterday, if that tells you anything. Having a bad week.
Haven't flushed in half a decade. How are you?
I feel like a weirdo.
Yeah.
You ever sit down to shit? It's wild.
Used my shoe so I didn't get germy.
Okay, so now he's talking about the first few months when he was wearing the diaper to work. It was tough. And he was having these moments where he'd like pee himself and forget to bring extra diapers. And it was a real problem.
The first few months when I wet, it would feel like, the flash flood warnings needed to be sent out. Many times I thought it was going to leak on the first wetting because, I thought it was just, like every drop of water I've ever drank in my life was coming out just right then. And so it was it was a challenge. And since I'm still in the new 24/365 concept, I would often forget my diaper bag at home. So I would just have the one, and so I
We've all been there.
wearing that for 6 to 8 more hours because it never happens
in one hand diaper bag
into your shift, into your work shift. It always happens right at the beginning so that you can be miserable for the rest of the day.
He just gave it away that he doesn't work in an office when he said shift.
Yeah.
But I do like the image of him delivering a meeting, and he just stops and he's like, oh, yeah.
No, even better, he brings in his briefcase and asks him about the diapers. Like, oh, shit. What do I do with the report? Where's the report?
Where are the TPS reports, Flanagan? I just got these Huggies.
Okay, the fact that he says, I'd go to work and I'd pee myself a lot and I feel like I'm going to leak and it was very uncomfortable for the rest of the day because I forgot another diaper. This is like that old Christopher Guest, Billy Crystal skit. It's like, well, then why are you doing this to yourself? Oh, God, I hate this. This sucks.
I hate this. Don't you hate it when you just jam this in your ear? Yeah.
Don't you hate when you shit your pants at work and just keep it there the whole day? I hate when that happens.
It's the most fixable problem I've ever heard. It's like,
Yes.
if there was only something I could do very easily to prevent myself from pissing myself.
Yes. How does he start the day and not realize that that's his priority if he wants to keep this from people?
That's interesting. So, like, would you pee your dry diaper in the morning so you can change it at home and then go in?
I don't fucking know,
Because
Carl.
I pee before work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But if I was wearing a diaper, I might not.
Well, yeah.
So I'm not sure how that works.
You're just mad with
also
power.
a flimsy diaper where he's like, it feels like every bit of water I've ever drank is running down my leg. It's like, that's a real problem.
And a
how
shitty
long
diaper.
How long are you holding it in, too, before you just let it all go?
If you see a 1-star review on that ABDL diaper website, it's from Mark.
Oh, yeah.
He's not happy about this. Now, we brought this up before, but let's talk about the smell. That could be a real issue when you're walking around an 8-hour shift at work with a diaper on.
Sure.
Poopy diaper.
I think I wet more frequently now than I used to, just in less amounts. So, there's some days that I don't even need to change at work. There's sometimes one diaper lasts me the entire day. As far as smells go, everybody needs to try their own thing. Use powders or creams or anything like that and stuff. Not drink coffee, do this, do that and stuff. You have to kind of experiment to find out what will cause it to smell worse and what won't. Now, mind you, I don't mess, so therefore I don't have to worry about that. I think the entire 10 and a half years, I think I've only messed maybe a handful of times while I'm at work.
Wait a second. He started by saying he doesn't mess. I'm like, good, me neither. Then he goes, maybe a handful of times. That means you have shit yourself at work, sir.
Yeah. A handful of times, which I have to say is a handful more than most everyone.
Yes. One's enough for me to be like, I can never work here again.
Yeah.
I don't want to see these people.
I think everybody's going to remember the day that I had to walk through here reeking of feces.
Well, he goes on to say after that clip that fortunately every time he messed himself, he remembered to bring his extra diapers in the diaper bag. So he would go and change in the bathroom. So it's literally there with the poopy diaper. And I'm just picturing, Greg is there just going, hey, Mark, what do you do? Shit your diaper again? Shut up, Greg.
Yeah, what gave it away?
man.
The diaper bag?
Yeah. Look at you, such a dick.
What are you guys doing after? You going out for drinks? No, we're not doing anything with you.
No. we all just go straight home.
Yeah, that's all we've ever done. Yeah, how come you guys never go out? Yeah, just not our thing.
All right, so this is what he's up to 5 a day now.
I'm now at about 5 diapers a day on average. Most of them I go, most of it is during time off because it's so much easier to change a diaper when you're at home than it is to change at work.
I would imagine. There's lots of people picking on you at home.
Laughing their asses
Greg's
off.
not there to call you out.
Yeah. The CEO doesn't walk in at home and see you taking a shit.
Guys, let's go to the bathroom.
You don't have Greg Opie Hughes videotaping you from above the stall, which is helpful.
Suing the company.
Okay, so do you think anyone at work notices he's wearing a diaper? What do you think, Dave?
Oh yeah, I think you would. It would make your ass fatter, right?
And
Especially
he even says he's a size medium, but he likes to wear a large
so
diaper.
he goes up.
So I would imagine that his pants would have to be pretty baggy in order to pull that off.
Yeah, like clown pants.
He's definitely got one of those like 90s suits that Wesley Snipes wore in New Jack City, just something nice and baggy so you don't notice. A nice Steve Harvey.
Yeah, well, let's find out.
Going to work in public in a diaper is, again, just like wearing regular underwear. These people who are worried about somebody noticing that they're wearing a diaper and stuff, and all I have to say is this. It's been my experience that nobody even looks up from their phone. Nobody even cares whether you're wearing a diaper or not. Nobody even cares to look at you.
Keep telling yourself that, Mark.
No, you know what? This is how I interpret that. They all know he's wearing a diaper, and no one wants to make eye contact with this weirdo.
Or this is them not looking up from their phone.
Yeah, all they're doing is staring at their phone all day.
It's so strange. Everybody I walk by just has their phone out.
Hey, Mark, hold still.
So all of us would like to do things in public that we don't do. We resist the urge. If your urge is I want to do number ones and number twos in front of people and get away with it, you have to like resist that so that you don't do that in public.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
We have this code that we've created called society. We've all decided to like not do that kind of thing.
Huh.
Right. It's like masturbating at work. It's just there's certain things that you would consider uncouth.
Yes.
Boy, did I find out that's a no-no.
You learn something new every day. I get it.
So after all of this, because this video is all about how he's 10 and a half years, he's gone 24/365. The question is, for the people who are watching, should I do this?
Would I recommend 24/365? I would, but remember, it's a commitment. You have to make that commitment. You have to be willing to make those sacrifices. You can't just sit there and say, oh, it's hot today, so I don't want to wear. It may be too hot outside that you don't feel. You don't feel like yelling out the door, telling those hobbits to stop throwing that ring in your damn front yard. But you just deal with it the best you can. It's hot, it's miserable, but remember that babies have to wear a diaper and have to suffer through the heat. Adult babies have to do the same thing. You have to just suffer through it.
So it's miserable. Would you recommend it? Yes.
Yes. You have to suffer every day and wear a diaper. I think you should do it every day, 24 hours a day.
I'm confused by this fetish. He even says he lives in Tucson. He goes, when it gets up to like 105 degrees outside, it's not comfortable wearing a wet diaper. Yeah, I would imagine.
It's basically the month of December is when I'm comfortable. Otherwise, it's living hell.
It sucks. But hey, babies have to do it, so.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the not wanting to grow up. We all have friends who are immature.
Sure.
Just watch movies all day long. Don't have a real job.
Video games. Yeah.
Don't want to get up early and work for Steven Crowder and just quit when they're told they have to work real hours. I understand. All of us are a little immature. But, I mean, you kind of get over diapers pretty young. I don't remember those days.
I don't know the last reference, but I'm following it.
Yeah, I understand. All right. So this is some more advice about the first few months when you switch over to this lifestyle.
For the few months, don't worry about waking up wet. Don't worry about wetting. Don't worry about any of that stuff. For the first few months, just get comfortable with the idea of wearing a diaper 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just get comfortable with that idea. Don't worry about messing or wetting or anything like that and stuff. That stuff will come later. Just get comfortable.
what's comfortable about shitting yourself? It's going to get comfortable with having a load of shit in your pants.
By the way, it's going to take you months to get used to being comfortable. It's going to take a third of a year at least. Until no one is comfortable. Like, there's no reason you should ever be comfortable just standing in front of others and shitting yourself.
Right. This is like army training or something, where it's like the guy's going back to Iraq for the third time. He's just like, no, you get used to it. It's
Now listen, in case you're taken captive, you're going to have to learn to shit your pants. Otherwise, unless there's somebody from the Viet Cong hitting you with a gun every day, there's no reason you should be worrying about any of this.
All right. So he knows another guy who does the same thing he does, and this guy has a different technique.
I know this guy who only buys diapers once a year with his tax return, and he's 24/365, and he gets something like 40 cases in all at once, and I'm like, dear Lord have mercy. It's just crazy. I get mine, I buy mine on month to month to month. Mm-hmm. I do have 2 months supply built up, and so that way, in case they're out of stock, or I run out, or not run out, but in case I forget to order or something, so I have about a month or two supply in reserve. Well,
show off. I like that he says, in case I forget to order. This is all you're consumed with all day long, is wearing diapers. Could you imagine 2 months goes by and he's like, did I order diapers? Oh, fuck.
That's why it seems impossible that he would forget to bring one to work unless he wanted people to know.
Oh, interesting. You think it's more psychological?
He wants to get caught.
Oh, you know what? You're right. He's mad that people aren't checking out his pants. He's putting on bigger and bigger diapers every day.
You smell that?
One day you guys will notice me.
I just love that with his tax return, it's just some people go on vacations. Like, this guy buys a year's supply of diapers with his tax return.
He's in line at H&R Block on January 2nd, 8 a.m. He can't wait.
Follow me for more life hacks.
Yeah.
I have the last clip on here. This is his sign off to his show.
And until the next time, stay little, stay happy.
So he's a little.
Yeah, like a child. I get it.
Yeah, he wants to pretend he's a baby, except for he does a YouTube show. So
yes, and he
a lot
also
of problems
has
with
the
that.
weirdest stuff. I just keep looking in the room. I think there's a box of diapers on the floor, and up to the left, I think that's. I believe it's what you take the Eucharist out of at Mass.
Yes,
it's a very bizarre collection.
Well, it's not like it's on display for everyone who watches the show. Oh, that's right.
Oh, it is.
You'd have to pick these things out and determine that's what you want people to see. And he's always promoting his channel and stuff. He obviously is not concerned about people at work finding it.
Right.
And someone's found it. Someone's found it at work.
Oh, it's the same people that film them every day with their own channel.
Like, did you see Mark's show last night? Yeah. Did I?
Yeah. I wonder who the guy is who uses the tax return. Is there another one here?
Yeah. Could that be Bill?
Yeah, he never goes on vacation.
I've also never seen Bill in the bathroom, now that I think about it.
We always talk about how Bill never gets up from his desk.
Everyone, how's it?
All right, so this is the video. I just wanted to show you some of the comments on here. So it says... he talked about his cat in the beginning. Good tips and nice to hear someone else's story about getting into full-time wearing. I think I started late 2019, never looked back. Have you ever attended any of the conventions like CAP or stuff like that? Any plans for attending the upcoming events next year? Or is that not really your thing? Also, do you have any socials that you're active on? Would love to chat sometime. Anywho, have a lovely rest of your day. This is my clue into that these people are fucking lonely. This person's like, do you go to the conventions where we all wear diapers and pee and shit ourselves?
My mind immediately goes to some poor slob server that has to work the convention center. Oh. He's like, I don't want to do it again this year.
He's like, it's not furries again, is it? It's like, no, it's not furries.
No, don't worry. It's
you're
much
gonna
worse.
You're going to wish it was furries.
We'd like to ruin your Radisson Inn for the rest of time.
There's a poor bathroom attendant who's standing there with his mints, and he keeps rearranging them on the counter.
I didn't make $1 all week.
He's putting his own money in there just to make him feel like he did something that day.
Oh, keeps counting it.
He's like, it's nice it's only weekend he didn't catch the flu.
This was very interesting to hear your experience with being diapered 24/7, 365. I thought it was interesting that you found it more difficult to sleep in a diaper. I actually find it helps me a little bit with falling asleep. Before I ever tried diapers, I was interested in them because I felt like they would help with making me feel little, and they do help. But I wasn't expecting that they would help me feel a little more calm, too. The physical feeling of wearing a diaper, to me, almost feels like a hug. I have a hug around my penis with a hand, but okay.
You know, the way Grandma and Grandpa would hug you on your top.
I wear mine every day for most of the day. My boyfriend is an ABDL, but he tolerates my diaper wearing during the day. Oh, God,
And
could you
cheats on me
imagine?
at night.
Oh, God. How come you never go down on me?
I left baby wipes right next to it so you would.
Oh, boy. Anyway, so
You're
that's
a
this
monster.
that's this community.
Who are